Time is filled with swift transition. None on earth unmoved can stand. Build your hope on things eternal, and then hold on to God's unchanging.
Hello, and welcome to Sunday School Summary with Brother Ron. Sunday School lesson for Sunday, September the 25th, 2022. Our reference material for the Sunday School Summary is based upon the International Sunday School Lesson Series as published by the Sunday School Publishing Board. God's Exceptional Choice is the title of our fall lesson series. God's exceptional choice is a discussion of the continuous progression of God's grace and mercy working through salvation from Abraham to Jesus and the early church, and even the deliverance of our ancestors from bondage. The God's Exceptional Choice lesson series is categorized into 3 units or groups of lessons. We are in Unit 1, and we're discussing God called Abraham family, and explores God's unpredictable and unexpected choices. God Calls Abraham Family is a series of lessons that focuses on God's choices of unlikely and unexpected people to effect or execute his promise to bless Abraham and his family of descendants and to make them a great nation. The title of our 4th lesson in the Unit 1 Fall Lesson series is titled The Dynamics of Family Leadership. So those are the effects of the family's leadership. Their dynamics, what makes it work. The title of today's lesson, Dynamics of Family Leadership, the lesson is a continuation of the promised covenant with Abraham and the challenges and struggles of securing that promise. We know that Isaac, Abraham's son, had twin sons, Esau and Jacob, who were born after 20 years of infertility. The twins struggled for supremacy, and Jacob tricked Esau into giving up his birthright, and he also tricked his father out of Esau's blessing as the firstborn. Jacob leaves Canaan and travels to the land of his mother to find a wife, and also to escape the murderous rage of Esau. The Lord blesses Jacob, and he is prosperous. And after 20 years, God speaks to Jacob once more and commands him to return to his own people in Canaan. God promises to be with Jacob, and Jacob begins his journey, and God assures him of the Abrahamic covenant through his family and his family's trials and deceptions, which brings us to today's lesson. There are 3 summary lesson points for today. Forfeiting the birthright, and that's from Genesis chapter 35, verses 22b through 26. The repentant heir apparent, and that's from Genesis 38, 24 through 26. And grace overrides dysfunction, and that's from Genesis chapter 49, verses 10 through 12. The passages for the lesson today revolve around the key words of faith, birthright, and scepter. And faith is the complete trust, assurance, belief, or confidence, as God had faith in Jacob for his purpose, despite Jacob's shortcomings in today's lesson. Birthright is an honor given to the firstborn, bestowing head of household status and the right to inherit his father's estate. Esau gave up his birthright. And in today's lesson, Reuben, Jacob's son, gives up his birthright as well because of deception. Scepter is an ornamental staff that's carried by rulers or on ceremonial occasions as a symbol of sovereignty, and that is what Jacob has today. God has appointed Jacob as leader. Forfeiting the birthright, the first summary point from Genesis chapter 35, verses 22b through 26. And these passages document Jacob's offsprings with 2 different wives and 2 different servant wives, or baby mamas, as we would say in today's lingo. And it came to pass when Israel dwelt in that land that Reuben went and lay with Bela, his father's concubine, and Israel heard it. Now the sons of Jacob were 12. So this was an embarrassment. First of all, because to do this meant that he was exerting leadership of the family. So it was a double cross by deception. We do not know how Jacob responded to this. But the other people, the sons of Leah, Jacob's firstborn, and Simon and Levi and Judah and Issachar and Zebulun. The sons of Leah were Reuben, Jacob's firstborn, and Simeon, and Levi and Judah and Israel and Zebulun. The sons of Rachel were Joseph and Benjamin, and the sons of Belial were Rachel's handmaid, Dan and Naphtali. And the sons of Zilpah, Leah's handmaid, Gad and Asher. These are the sons of Jacob, which was born to him in Paneram. So Jacob had 12 sons by 2 different wives and 2 different concubines. So it just goes to show you that no matter what you do to hide your sins, they will eventually be discovered and revealed. So Reuben's sins are revealed, and by his act of defiance, he forfeited his birthright. The second summary point is grace overrides dysfunction, and that's from Genesis chapter 49, verses 10 through 12. And in these passages, the second summary point is Genesis 38, 24 through 26. It's the repentant heir apparent. And in these passages, it talks about Jacob, or Judah as his new name is, deception. And it says that it came to pass after 3 months that it was told to him that Judah, saying, Tamar, thy daughter-in-law, hath played the harlot or prostitute, and so behold, she is with child by whoredom. And Judah said, Bring her forth and let her be burnt. And when she was brought forth, she said to her father-in-law, saying, By the man whose these are, am I with child? And she said, Discern, I pray thee, whose are these, the signet and braces and the staff. So she had taken these things from Jacob when they had consensual sex. And she had taken these things as a deceptive proof of them having sex. And she was already his daughter-in-law. And it says, and Judah acknowledged that these were his things that she had sent to him to prove that she was not the prostitute, but she was the daughter-in-law who had tricked him into sex. And Jacob honored his commitment based upon that. And it says, no matter what you do to hide your sins, they eventually will be discovered and revealed. And it is what we do with those sins after they are revealed. And we are told that Jacob did the right thing, and he also spared the life of his daughter-in-law. Grace overrides dysfunction, and these passages discuss Judah's preeminence. And it talks about the scepter shall not depart from Judah, nor a lawgiver from between his feet until Shiloh come, and unto him shall the gathering of the peace be. And this is at the end of time. And it says, binding his fall unto the vine, and his ass's coat under the choice vine. So he washed his garments in wine, and his clothes in the blood of the grapes. So although Judah had did some sinful things, God in his grace still chose him to continue the royal family reign of Israel, and to take care or enhance or continue or realize the Abrahamic covenant. So those are the summary lesson points for Sunday, September the 25th, 2022. This is Brother Ron with the Sunday School Summary. Thank you for watching. Have a blessed week, and we hope to see you next Sunday for another edition of Sunday School Summary with Brother Ron.